Cheers. Good morning. It's cold. Very cold this morning. I don't have the heater on though. And yes, it looks like I'm in a dark cave. I am. Lots of chatter this morning. Hope everyone is well. I'm going to need a few of those today, I think. Definitely. Hey ho, Rota. Lots of chatter already this morning. Lots of chatter. Anything exciting everyone's talking about? I think I have a use for an I2S Audio Shield, but it would need to be disciplined by a GPS clock. Disciplined. What do you mean by disciplined? With a cane? With a stick? I'm not sure what that means. Hey Shaq. Good to see you, mate. How are you? Lots of faces. Lots of faces. Let's do a quick roll call. So, Ray, good morning. Mako, hi. Peter? What's that for a foreigner? Sounds quite... Okay, no. Okay, I'm reading the chat while I'm going. I thought that was for me, but it wasn't. That's okay. Christopher, hello. Emiri, hi. JTax, good morning. Oh, this is scrolling too fast. Rad Madness, hello. Definitely missing people here. Embedded Hobbyist, hello. Henrik. David Esser. Why is I think my font has shrunk, or I'm going blind this morning. Oh, it's too glary. I don't know, I'm having trouble reading. Maybe I put my wrong glasses on. That's really weird. Hey Larry, how you doing? Dave Darko, hello. Cable Tie, good morning to you. Nice and early. Johnny, hi. Crazy Roops. Okay, I've lost track of where I'm up to. Quindor, hello. Shaq, yes, I already said hi, but hello again. Andy Day, hi. Bruce, Traffic Jam, Bruce, you made it. That's a lot of banked up cars that you posted. Aaron, good morning. Tinkering Tech, hello. Rota. Hi Mark. Okay. Braden, hi. Mr. Who 30. I'm going backwards now. It's just easier to go backwards because it keeps jumping whenever I try to scroll the other way. Gary T, hello. I'm doing a really bad job of this morning because... Hello, Paul. I really think my eyes aren't working this morning. Okay, if I've missed anyone, I'm sorry. They fill potholes during the day, not at night time? That's a bit silly. Trying to install MATLAB. Can't help you with that. I'm sorry. Hey, Chris. Hey, Fochnology. Hi, Hojad. Ezzy. Hello, Ezzy. The wave with the emoji. Okay, if I've missed anyone, I apologize. So, I updated my lights here. It's much better for me to work, but it's still pretty full on. I'm just going to... right now, I'm lit on this side of my face with my microscope light, because it's... I don't know why, it's just dark today. I feel like it's darker than normal. Hello, Joe. So, I got a new light, different to the one from the other day. I'm going to turn it on now. And everyone, mute your assistants. Hey, Mike. Alexa, turn on fire. Now, it looks really bright, but it's actually half the brightness of the one I had before, and it's now facing down. It's like a tube one. And it's still got, like, it's tricolor, but I have to change it I have to pull it apart to change it. And this is at half brightness. It's really good on the desk. So, like, if I switch to my to my desk, it's pretty good, like lighting wise, but it's just bright. And this camera just blows it out completely. So, yeah. Sun doesn't rise for 20 minutes, but it's just something else. It just feels really dark in here. Maybe my backlights need a filter on the right now. Yeah, well, I need... Yeah. So on the floor is another new light. Maybe I'll open it now. Image isn't too bad. It's okay, but it'll as sun comes up and comes in my face, I'll open it now. So this was the old IKEA light I had, which I took off. It was too yellow. So this is a panel light. I'm not going to be able to bring it to the desk. But oops, I just doxed myself. But I'll open it here. I've doxed myself so many times, I don't think it even matters anymore. How's this for an impromptu opening? I actually don't even know where this is going to go, because where I plan to put it, I don't think it's going to fit. But this is a massive panel light, a tricolour light, so you can change its warmthness. Hey James, just in time to watch me open a box. Oh, it's not stuck this time. So this is a LED Vance light. This is the new Osram brand. Made in Germany, everyone. Can I get out? How big is this? Oh. I'm going to have to open it up, right, and plug it in. You're all going to want to see. Oh, this is because of John Oxer. This is John Oxer's fault. He mentioned these on his stream. Okay, I've made a mess all over my floor. But this is the panel. And it's got... What's nice about them, except that it's stuck to it, is it's got a transformer and then a cable built into it. So you just plug it in and use it. And I'm going to plug it in right now and blind everyone. This is going to be cool. Seriously, everyone, look away. I'm going to need to... It's not going to reach. I'm going to have to undo this. I can't see the chat at the moment, by the way. No, that's not the wrong plug. Okay. I don't know what it's set to. What's it set to? We'll start off at 300k. Okay, 300k. You ready? I'm turning it on. Whoa! Lightsaber, anyone? Vroom, vroom, vroom. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that's a 300k, and then we've got 400, which obviously a less yellow, and then 6500, which is more blue, which is a white light. Like, this is what I prefer. This is daylight. I much prefer lighting in here in daylight light. But that's pretty intense, isn't it? And you see what my camera does? Like, I'm dark now. Hang on. Creepy face. Oh, okay. Anyway. Oh, jeez. So it'd be really cool if I could mount this up. Anyway. It wasn't supposed to be through in here. I can't see the chat and I'm blind. I need to turn this off. Whoa. Okay. Now I've made a mess all over the floor. You need to tweak your color balance. There is no color balance on this. This is my IMAX FaceTime camera that I use on my stream. I said 3,000. Okay. What? Who? Where? What? Hello, is Agrios? Not sure how to pronounce that. There was a blue tinge in that on the 6500. Yeah, it did have a blue tinge on it. A little blew up, but I think that's just the light. Sorry, the camera. The camera isn't great at picking up the different colors. How many lumens? I'm not sure if it says on here. Which one have I got? Let's have a look. Advanced. I don't know which. Okay, I got this one. So 3,900 lumens. It looks like 36 watts. Are you sure you want to lay it down on the floor? For myself, this would be a good path to disaster. Well, it's in an area I don't walk. I might cover it with the other stuff. There you go. But yeah, I generally don't walk in that area because it's my dumping ground. Hello, Ian. Good morning. So anyway, I've got lots of different lighting here now that I'm playing with, and for different areas, work areas. I went to our CM today, saw a big P&P machine, 16 heads. Ooh, nice. 16 heads. That would be a very big machine. The model, did you want the model number still, Mark? The model number is, did you catch the model number from here? They're the different model numbers. This is the one I've got. It's 1200 by 300. 1200 length, 300 width, because I didn't want, they also come in 600 width. But the deceiving thing is that's the width of the inner diffuser, not the whole total physical width. They're actually longer and wider than that. Just put something heavy on it now that I'll forget that there's something underneath. No, it's okay. I will not step on it. So we should talk about my I2S Audio Shield, shouldn't we? We should. What? Who's a traitor? What are we talking about? Okay, I think I've lost what the conversation is about. That's okay. So, some of you might remember I originally designed this guy. It's a little bit too much shadow from this light though. That's the only problem. It doesn't diffuse as much. I don't like... See how much shadow there is? Yeah. Oh well. I'll deal with it another time. I only actually attached this to my shelf yesterday. So I'm only using it really for the first time. I designed this ages ago, and it's got both internal and external. Well, it's got an internal little buzzer, magnetic buzzer, and support for an external speaker with a switch that you can change. I'll show if some of you remember, but the original version I did, I had a problem with one of the pins and I had to redo the board. And then this little buzzer is the same spec as this one, but virtually no sound came out of it. I've got proper video lights, but I can't use them during my stream properly because I can't set them up around me. I move around my workspace during a stream and I knock them over and they run off batteries and they don't last very long. Oh, you're up visiting Johnny. Okay, cool. Sorry to hear, Mark. Really, really sorry to hear that, mate. Very sorry to hear that. So yeah, the little speaker, you couldn't hear it, the little buzzer. This was better, but still was too soft. And so I was ready to abandon this board. But then I had a bit of an idea. You know me and my ideas. Can we focus this a bit better? So the external audio sounds great. The internal one was just a little bit too soft. I want to try something today, which I think might work. I can prototype it as an idea, but there's also something else I want to try, but I don't think will work. But first, we kind of need a benchmark, right? So we need to. I've got a little speaker here. We need to kind of listen to what it sounds like with an external speaker and without. I don't have any audio, any way of measuring audio levels here, like in terms of volume. So I'm not going to be able to do this scientifically, but that's okay. Yes, everyone, please get vaccinated. Super important. Okay, I need a screwdriver. Little screwdriver. So I've just got this little 4 ohm speaker. It's one of my Sam speakers that I ripped the positive. I accidentally ripped the connector off. Yeah, I think this light is still a bit too bright for me to work in. Maybe. Oh, that didn't go in. That's really annoying. Who mixed them? Did you, Dave Darko? Any issues, any side effects for mixing them? I've had my second jab pushed forward, thankfully. It was going to be the 28th, but it's now the 21st. So what date is it today? So yeah, this Saturday I'm getting my second jab finally. Okay, so we have speaker. I can't remember what's on this SD card though. So we're about to find out. I should put it near the microphone so everyone can hear it. So here we go. So this is for the speaker. Oh, it's not. Everyone hear that? That was for you, Dave Darko. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good sound. So, anyway. Now, it's a quick sample. It should be good. So, that's with the external speaker. If I do the internal speaker, now I'm about a meter away. A bit more than a meter away from the microphone. Who's slow? Okay, this is with the internal speaker. Right, I mean that's pretty quiet. Did everyone hear that? Hardly not. Yeah. So to me that's too soft. Okay, I should get rid of the that track, shouldn't I? Better than expected, but still a little bit soft. A little bit soft. Like, I can probably hear it much better than you can because I'm closer. My ears are closer to where it is. Like, I'm, 40 centimeters away, and this is about 1.2 meters away. Yeah, didn't hear it. It's too quiet. It's too quiet to be useful with onboard audio, and that was the thing. If I couldn't get the onboard audio working, I was going to scrap it. And hang on a sec. The reason I was going to scrap the idea is because there's a stack of I2S Audio Shields already on the market. I mean, sure, they're not, tiny Pico layout audio shields, but they're still audio shields that you can wire up to a tiny Pico or to a tiny S2. Morning, Alan. And there was no need for another one on the market, right? When there's already so many of them. But I had an idea. I have an idea. So I'm going to try it now. And I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to do this. I went into panic mode this morning because my idea to prototype this idea, I posted someone else. Yeah, there. I can show the Pico DSP later. It's something a little bit different to what I'm doing. I almost couldn't do this prototype this morning because I sold my last bunch of audio shields yesterday, my tiny Pico audio shields, and I need an audio shield to do this. And I went into panic mode this morning, and I found in the bottom of my box of PCBs for my shields, like my blanks, I found another shield pack because I'd sold out of shield packs as well. And it was a fluke that I found this shield pack, because inside my shield pack, so some of you might remember these back from my campaign, inside here is an audio shield. Yay! So, I have an audio shield I can try this with. I'm very excited. Hey, DIY in the ghetto. Okay, so this is my current audio shield, which is it's not a digital amp. It's just using one of my PAMs. It's a, come on, focus. So, again, this can do an internal and external speaker. It's got the same size buzzer as this one, but it's much louder. But of course you can't easily play back MP3s and stuff like that. Need pins. No, I don't. No soldering required today. No soldering required, and I'll show you why. I'm assuming this is going to work. I bought a whole bunch of these. Well, not a whole bunch. I bought a bag of these from Core Electronics. I'm not sure if you've seen them. So they're DuPont cables on one end, and except these keep coming off. These little claws at the other end, right? I'm so excited. If you're not following along on Discord, you should follow along on Discord. So I'm hoping I can get this working. I need to think about this. So I want to take the output from this one. I just need the positive output from this one, I think. So we're going to put this into external mode. Let's zoom out a little bit. We're going to put this into external mode, and I'm going to use the output of this as the input of this into pin 25. So I'm going to pump one audio into the other audio, and then have a listen to how loud it is from here. Link, please. What are we linking, please? What? Who? Unpacking your sales pack. I hope I paid for it. It's my last one. I've been out of audio shield packs for a while. James, what do you want to link for? Sorry, what did I miss? Is the wire soldered to the clip? Oh, you mean a link to these things? That's a really good question. Okay, hold on one second. I'll have to find them. I've got to remember which order they were in. Hey Graham, good morning. Yeah, these are really cool. They're pretty fragile. Like, I'm not sure how durable they are. They're very thin, but it's really clever. Okay, let me see if I can find which order I did it in, so I can find the link. I got one. Not that one. Sorry, folks. It'll just be a moment, because I can't remember what they're called. Nope, not that one. I've bought a bit of stuff from Core Electronics, and so I've got to go through a few orders. And there's a whole bunch of orders I did around about the same time. Wasn't that one? Okay, I can't find it. Let me think. What would they be called? Oh, okay. Mark's found some already. Am I sponsored by them yet? No, I'm not. I'm not. Sometimes I wish I was, because I buy a lot of stuff from them. But they're great bunch of guys. Graham, that runs a company, really nice guy. Test clip. Oh yeah, test clip. Test clip or test lead. No, not coming up. Okay, well anyway, I think Mark found some. Did you find some, Mark? DuPont test clip. Yeah, I tried doing that here. And it didn't come up. But okay. Right, they're the other way around, but yeah, okay. Yeah. So these ones, that's Mark's link. So they're female ones with test clips on them. Yeah. They're very handy. Very handy. Oh, that's also clever. Cable tie. Right, yeah, these ones don't. Okay, let's keep doing this. Let's keep connecting this. Okay, so I've got audio from there to there. I'm going to have to put... This is going to go on here. So I'm going to need to power this. So I'm going to need ground from the tiny Pico. Which should be that one. To... ground, and I'm going to need 3.3 volts. So this is much easier than trying to solder headers and stuff. I almost want to get a bunch that have got these test clips on both ends. That would be really handy as well. Hey Brian. I mean, this is much better than trying to do it on a breadboard, I think. So I've got audio. Okay, it's going to need to be internal. So I've got ground, 3.3 volts, and audio in. That's all I need from that. So I should now be able to, except that's the wrong way around. I should be able to put this on and reset it. set to external. So that's going through the amplifier, going through my Audio Shield board. Did you guys hear that a bit better? Oh, Mark found them. I should really change the audio clip. I'm going to change the audio clip so I don't get in trouble. Hang on. Any more than I did already. Okay, you're all finding lots of links, lots of options. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I know there's double-ended ones. I just haven't got any. I want to get myself some. Double-ended ones seem to be easier to find. Okay, I'm just going to switch this audio over. I have to do it on the SD card. I'm going to do my old demo from before. Now, I should be able to do a comparison on this now. I should be able to switch now between internal here and external, which is the other one. So we can hear if there's a difference. I'm going to move my microphone closer so you guys can hear better. Okay, here we go. Try it again. Okay, this is the going through the amp, going through the Audio Shield, the external. Now if I switch it to the internal one, back to the external. And the birds are so loud, you can probably hear the birds outside. Yeah, it sounds like it's clipping a bit. I can adjust that. I've got a pot, or a pot on here. It's probably a little bit too high. It definitely sounds fuller from the external. The question is it louder? External, now internal. Back to external. Definitely louder, right? Back to internal. Back to external. So that sounds pretty cool. Like, for an onboard buzzer, I wouldn't expect to be getting any better than this. It might still be clipping a little bit. I don't know what the pot was set to. Well, it'd be overdriven because it's going through an amplifier into an amplifier, right? So the thought is, what's if I, just for the onboard speaker, added the second amp? So we're going from the digital I2S amp into the onboard amp, into the PAM, just for the onboard speaker, but the I2S amp straight to the external, for the external speaker. That way you could do average sound for the onboard and better sound for the external. Catch you later, Alan. Enjoy your brekkie. So that's what my thought was, right? Now, the thing is, I've got a stack of both types of amps, right? I don't have to go and buy anything more. I've already got them. So if I don't release my I2S board, then I've got a whole bunch of amps I'm not using, right? I think I've got 1,000 of them. And I've already got a reel of these PAM amplifiers. Hey Rich, you're doing the Melbourne Shuffle? Good on you. So it's going to cost me nothing to, apart from a board respin, and I have to make a little bit more room, I think, to fit it in, to be able to do this, and then then it'll be the only I2S Audio Shield or audio board that I'm aware of, other than something dedicated like the Pico DSP or whatever, like, you know, something like this, which is not what I'm trying to make, right? This is an audio-based development board. I'm not trying to make something like that, right? Or something like the Pico Audio that Adam made, right? I'm not trying to make something like this. It's not supposed to be high fidelity. It's just supposed to be... You did, Rat Madness. You heard Pico DSP, which is not my board. This is someone that was inspired by my Tiny Pico. Like, he reached out to me a while ago. We had a chat about this. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a full-on audio board with an ESP32, like a Pico D4 on it. But no, this is not my project. I'm not an audio guy. So I just want to make an audio shield that people can use in their projects. So the issue with my current audio shield, my analog audio shield, is that it's great for playing beeps and boops and stuff, but if you want to play, you know, do internet radio or, you know, play waves or MP3s, then you're decoding them on the ESP32, which means that the quality isn't as good and it's chewing up the whole ESP32 to do that, and you can't do anything else with it. So what's great about an I2S audio amplifier, like decoder and amplifier, is that it can do a lot of that stuff. Like, you pass it digital, right? And it does all that stuff for you. So it you know, uses virtually none of the ESP32 to do that. But the problem is none of the ones that the chip that I've got and the chips that are of a reasonable price range, they're not designed to drive. They're designed to drive proper speakers, right? Like the external speaker. Like, you heard how good it was. Like, if I put this external speaker back on, if I can find my screwdriver. So that same track that I've been playing, but if I go back to the external speaker, like, you can clearly hear what it's designed to drive. like, and even Adafruit, you know, and SparkFun are quite clear in their product pages for their I2S audio shields that, you know, that you must connect a speaker to them. They're designed to run off a speaker. I mean, totally different, right? And I'd never get this, what you heard then, off my regular audio shield because the ESP32 would have trouble decoding that, right? But again, I feel like if I can't release a board that can do both internal and external, then what's the point? Like, there are use cases I can think of where I would want an I2S audio output, but not from a speaker, as in not from an external speaker. Like if I was going to make a little clock or something, or whatever, if I just wanted to, you know, to be able to play sound, but in a little thing that I didn't want to attach an external speaker to. Catch you later, Amory. So that's why I wanted to have the onboard as well. But it's got to be loud enough that you can hear it. Does what run DMA, Chris? The I2S audio chip, it uses the I2S peripheral. So it's different. A tiny RAY board. Yeah, a little tiny RAY board. Yeah. But like if someone wants, you know, is making something wearable or whatever, like having the onboard audio I think is kind of important. Would be really cool, a tiny I2S board that could just be mounted on the back of a speaker directly. Okay. What speaker would you mount it to? I don't know. So I'm just reading backwards. What did I miss? Still lots of links. Are they still all links to... oh, thanks, Johnny, for the link to Atom Shield. Yep. I don't think... He's not making them anymore, though. I don't think. He stopped a while ago. So, yeah. Now, the other option I had was to not put the amp on, but to... I got one of his shields too. Yeah, the other option I thought of, but I don't think it's going to work, and that is that, well, what's if, instead of putting an extra amp on, I just try to lift the volume of the output, but I can't really do that. Like, I thought about just sticking a transistor on the positive speaker output from the amp, but I can't lift it because I can only rely on 3.3 volts for the power source. So I'm already getting that 3.3 volt range out from the speaker, so driving that through a transistor is not really going to give me any extra sound, I don't believe. I can't guarantee there'll be a 5 volt power source there. Textman, what? Anyone ever bought an evaluation board to test something? Sure. So yeah, that's not really an option. Like, I got some transistors out ready to have a play today, but I don't think it's going to work because I'm just going to drive 3 volt signal through a 3 volt source, and it's not really going to help. Yeah, most of my eval boards are in tubs on my shelf. If they can fit an external speaker, they can fit a 5-volt battery pack. Well, not really, because they might be running off a LiPo or something, and then it's not the 5-volt pin that they're using, it's the VBAT pin, right? And so I can't, I don't, the only thing I can ever guarantee that they've got power on is the 3-volt pin, right? So that's the only thing I could connect a transistor to. I can't stick it to the VBAT pin if they don't have anything connected to VBAT, and I can't stick it to the 5-volt pin if they don't have anything connected to the 5-volt. So, but I'm always going to have power on the 3-volt pin, because whatever power source there is, is going to go through the LDO, or even if they've got an external 3-volt connected to it, bypassing the LDO, they've still got the 3-volt pin. So that's the only thing I can connect it to. So all I could do is the amp output driving a 3-volt power source to the transistor, which is not going to do anything more. So I feel like the only thing I can do is try to get this amp in, and so, but it's going to have to make the board bigger, and it's already bigger than I wanted it to be. So let's load it up. Whoa, why is Eagle open so big? That is crazy. Okay, so this is the current board, where I've got the larger speaker. Pity I can't get a smaller switch. Smaller switch would be good. So I'm going to have to somehow fit pretty much the same parts that I put on the other day for my test jig. Let me just get the other shield up. So this is the other one. So I need to fit basically these components. I mean, they're 0603, so I can go down to 0402, but I've got 5 passives. It'll actually be 6 passives. 6 passives and the amp I'm going to need to fit in on this other board, which is going to be a really tight fit. Oh, come on. What? Sorry, it's okay, better. Oh, because I don't want that. Right, so I need to fit these things on the board. I mean, this amp's yeah. Do little push buttons come in? Well, they are momentary. I don't want momentary. I need like proper toggle. How about a piezo speaker? Hey, Wooden. Well, these are. That's what these. This is what this is. It's a little magnetic speaker. And this is the smallest I can get that is going to have any decent sound on it. % of Sweden got their first jab, that's pretty good. In Australia, we are terrible. We're still in, I think we've only just gone into double figures. Yeah, no. Or I'm sure, I don't know, in little buttons, maybe. So like I've got a little bit of room. I can move stuff over. I mean, I can get rid of the top labels. I like having top labels on all the stuff. And 60% have got double jabs. Johnny, stop. You're embarrassing Australia. Like, I can move that down. I mean, I can make these... what are they? They can be an 0402. Is it a 10? I don't really want to do the 10 in an 0402. It's a little bit too small. How is using an amplifier going to increase the volume over a transistor if you're running? Well, the amplifier is designed to amplify, where transistor isn't designed to amplify. Well, it will if the power source is higher, where the amplifier is designed to take whatever and lift it higher. I mean, it does already. If you heard from the before, when I was running it through the external amp, it was considerably louder, but a transistor won't. Are we up to 21% now, are we, Cable Tie? Because we were in the teens last week. Fully... No, that's not right, Mark. Wherever you got that data from, that is wrong. Totally wrong. If the onboard speaker is so quiet, do I need a switch? Yeah, you need a switch between the onboard and the external. I don't want to be driving both at the same time. Yeah, I wouldn't believe everything on Bing, sorry. How will a transistor with 5 volts, with 3 volts in, driving a 3 volt source amplify? How's that going to amplify it? Oh, maybe Bing is close then, if Cable Tie. I know there's been a big drive in the last week or 2 weeks, but I didn't realise that we were that close yet. Yeah, I don't know what would happen if I tried. I don't think I'd want to drive both at the same time. Like, I wouldn't want... Like, if I had an external speaker plugged into this, I wouldn't want to be hearing sound out of the onboard. I invert the signal. How do I invert the signal? Why is Australia so far behind? Because we have a messed up government, and we have we had not enough. Yeah, look at the size of the board, Chris. I mean, the stuff that you're explaining. I mean, just put the amp on. It's just easier for me to put this extra amp on. So, right, but I don't have one. I've got the amps in stock. I've got everything I need here to build these boards, except for the PCBs. and I don't have to pay a cent in components. So right, they thought it'd be okay and there was no hurry because they go, oh, we've got this under control now, so let's not rush out vaccinations. Let's knock back offer of 50 million doses. And yeah, basically, we ended up with not enough stuff. What package is this? Ooh. It's old. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I've lost concentration. What is the amplifier part code out of interest? Which one? The I2S one? There's no enable pin on them, no. Digital enable, Rick. Is small but much. PS1240. I don't know what PS1240 is. Yeah, it can't be I'm not looking for a through hole. It's got to be an SMD. The PAM3 A301 is the analog one, yes. Yeah, it's got to be a surface mount. Surface mount part, and so 330 10 kilohertz. And is that a passive? Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, they're meant for buzzing, right? And they're not designed to, like, they're not a speaker, correct? Which is why they don't sound so great on the I2S audio. But that's, I knew that. That's what I stated before. So just off the unrouted. Just swapping all these out. Except one of these is an 0603. I could probably optimize this as well. Hey Dave, Paul Jones. I mean, the question is, can I fit it all in first and then tidy it up later? I'm sure I can fit it all in. I can get stuff nice and close. I've got a little bit of room that I can get the I can move the switch over to the left a little bit. Although it's going to eat into the silk screen, and I want the silk screen to be readable. It's a pity you can't get switches without the little feet sticking out the side. Full lockdown with one case. Yeah, well, yeah, sometimes it feels extreme, the level that our politicians are going to. Catch you later, Christian. I don't have it. Yeah, I hope you're doing better, mate. Hope things improve for you. Okay, one of these was a 10. I could optimize, like I don't know if I need 2 10s on this. Maybe. Look, I can squeeze all this in. I'm pretty sure. It's probably worth me making a version of this. It's going to take a lot of rerouting. But then I've got this thing stuck in my head that wouldn't you then want to be able to drive the internal speaker from the DAC directly? No. I don't know how I'd do that. A second switch. Put a second switch in to be able to drive that. Okay, so this speaker is going to be driven from the amp, from the second amp. Go away. You should be able to get those switches with J bend legs that don't stick out. Possibly, but again, I've got to look at what I've got already. Like, I've got all this stuff. I want to use everything I've already got in stock. I need a moving coil speaker. Yeah, they don't make them super small, unfortunately, especially in surface mount. And I can get better magnetic speakers than these ones, but the smallest you can get them is like 11mm. I mean, my whole board is only 17mm wide. I mean, that's a 7mm one. And they're also like $20 each, so not really an option, unfortunately. Now, there is a enable pin on this amp, which I did have connected to IO4, but I don't know what you'd want that for, other than maybe to save some power. What speaker do a decent earbuds use? I don't know, but it's not a speaker that can be mounted on the PCB here. And those speakers rely on the acoustics of the earbud, of the shape of the bud, the internal structure, to actually work and make sound properly. Problem with the small speakers is the porting is important to get the sound nice. I mean, you got to remember, these are little magnetic buzzers. They're not speakers like what I'm using. The fact that you can get sound out of them that's understandable is like that's a bonus. But I just don't think. Hey SDG, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, I've had a look at some of the internals of some of the other some of the earbuds, like the breakdown videos and stuff, and it's insane the way they get the acoustics to work based on the construction of the actual insides. Very clever how they get such good sound out of them. So there's a few things in here I just don't know if we need. But I feel like I should keep them just in case. Like, we're not coming from there. So the speaker so this is going to be Pam out, and this is going to be Pam in. Wonder if so the negative on both of these, I'm just assuming they're going to be whatever the ground level is, because like I was driving that without connecting up the whatever the negative of the speaker is going to be. I'm not sure how that's going to work here. Oh, I do. Really? That's Pam out. Catch you later, Mark. So that is going to be, instead of GPIO 25, that's just going to be SD. $16mm small enough? No, 7mm. I need 7mm. It's got to be all 8mm or smaller. Chris? I thought you were going to sleep. No, on that demo I just did before, I did not have the negative connected. No. like I just connected the positive output of this to here. Because where would I connect the negative to? On here, right? I mean, I've normally got one input coming in from IO25, and the amps negative would be, I don't know, right? I mean, I've got no external access to the amps negative. So in this case, I can connect the negative to the negative of, well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. Can I connect the negative of one amp to the negative of the other amp? That would be an interesting question. I'm not even sure how I would do that. Give it a try, see what happens. Need a normal DuPont cable. If I can find one. Okay. Right, so you don't think I can? Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out in a moment what happens if I try. So if I put that back to there, this one back to here. Has anyone seen Mr. Andy Calloway? I haven't seen Andy for a while. I hope he's doing okay. Okay, so this should put us back to where we were before. To the external. Oops, fell off. $25. You can connect just the out plus or out minus, but you'll have half the amplitude plus some DC bias. Callaway is busy. I don't even know how I would hold this down. Yes, it does not like me connecting the negative of one to the negative. Yeah. So yeah, I'd have to, but in this case, on my board, none of these would be floating, but I don't know what I'd be connecting. Yeah, I guess it'd be the same. I'd just be doing, so that'd be Pam, whoops, sorry, I didn't change screens, apologise. Pam positive, and that'd be Pam negative, and this would be Pam negative, Pam positive. So I'd be connecting, that's in a really awkward position. Just saying. Point 254. 0.45. If I change the layer of, oh, I can't. I just realized I can't change the layer of that. Right, so I gotta somehow get these over. Need to get the positive and negative of here over to here. Wonder if I can, if I rotate this, rotate that back. Okay. Hello, this IT board. Did you try licking your computer? What? What do I have to lick my computer for? Let's get these out of the way. What do I call it? Just in. Oh, right. This is definitely going to be tricky to fit in a reasonable place. Yeah, this is going to be tight. I'm going to have to make the board a bit bigger. Auto carrot just made me laugh. Tough crowd. I'm going to have to make this a little bit bigger or go 4 layers. I think it's just going to be a bit, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I can sit here for hours and play around with it and try to get it better. Just going to need some more space. Space, the final frontier. I mean, this, I'm just going to see if I can get it routed, and then I'll worry about it later. But I don't think I'm going to be able to. 10 nanofarad. Make the speaker its own hat. Do a shield on a shield. Do you have to pay attention to signal wire lengths on an audio shield? I wouldn't think so, not for something this small. I've got to remember how small this board is. And I know my trace widths are all whacked, but that's okay. Okay. I'm going to need this decoupling over here somewhere. Ah. It'd be so much easier if I didn't have the labels. It's not going to make any difference on a 7mm speaker. Yeah. It's very lo-fi. Steve, like, it's really, yeah. I mean, the sound's borderline crap, but that's about as good as I can expect for using the onboard buzzer. But that's okay, because that's still better than nothing. Tiny Fi. No Fi. The lowest of Fi is what it is. Where can I get more room? I need more room. God, those traces are messed up. Messed up, I tell you. Wow. Catch you later, Cable Tie. Have a good day at work. We still need to catch up, mate. Let me know when you can. I don't know if I can get ground to there. This gain is annoying. Need a different way to route the 3.3 volt power. Ah, lockdown. Everyone else is breaking the rules. Let's just break the rules. Do I get rid of the labels? I mean, that's not routable as it is right now, but ooh. You want to see that logo? I finally got my Feather S2 Neo boards in production. Yay. Hey Ian, yeah, party time. It looks like there's so much space, but there isn't. There really isn't. Can the SD go any more to the right? No, it looks like it's I mean a tiny amount, not much, like maybe that much. I wouldn't trust how much closer it gets to the edge. I wouldn't trust JLC PCB to V-score my boards in the right spot. I mean, it can go a tiny bit. And, I mean, the speaker's already pretty close. If you look physically, The speaker is, I mean, they're close. And if you look at the pads on the SD, I mean, I could get it a fraction over. It's not going to make enough of a difference, not without actually, or it's a work promotional event, or it's a therapy session. Yeah. I mean, I can make the board a fraction longer still, and that'll help. I mean, no one's going to notice that much extra space, right? Not really. But it's going to give me quite a bit of extra space. And if I get it in and then I worry about fixing it later, I get the decoupling over? Not really. Do I really need the extra 10? I just don't know if I do. I really don't like having decoupling so far away from the pin. To bring that around. And I still have to get these pins over to there. I think it's going to be easier if all of this was spun around. Smaller font size for the internal external labels, and shift the switch a bit. The switch can't be shifted anymore. Or, sorry, it can if I make the labels smaller, but the labels are pretty small already. Like, they're already, yeah. Like, making them a tiny bit smaller is going to be not great. I think these need to be flipped around. And this is going to have to be rotated again. And I'm going to have to go under. Oh, why do I have these on? I don't know what hopping layers is going to do to the sound. Oh, if you trust, here's the nano memory card. Nano memory card. What is a nano memory card? What's a nano memory card? It's an SD card with what? With memory on it. Oh, for info for other people. Okay, cool. Right, so I can get decoupling down here now. I'll fix these trace widths later. And I can get okay, this can work. This might all fit. It's going to go to there, and then that would go to there. Okay, so we got so that could be all of it squeezed in. I need another coffee. Absolutely need another coffee. I have no idea what's happening over here. They need to be the other way around, ideally. Anyway, and that should be not VCC. That should be 3v3. Except I got to somehow, I was using Affinity Designer earlier to lay out some GUI. I'm not a designer. Looks like I'm a bricklayer, bad bricklayer. Yeah, it takes practice. Designing takes practice. I need to get 3.3 volts around somehow. Ugh. I don't know if I've given myself enough space next to the IC. I need to swap these around. Then I can have some more room for go away. I would drop the additional 0603 cap. You have one right there. Yeah, I was going to do that. I was going to optimize. I just wanted to get them all in first. That's what I said before about only needing the one. I just wasn't sure I was going to get them next to each other up until now. Um, so I probably want to can I get rid of the 0.1 as well? So what thickness was that? 245, 254. I would not have removed the cap. Can I just put a cap back in again? Again, I'll clean this up in a moment. That's I'll clean it up in a moment. I'll clean it in a moment. Oh, it is terrible. I'll relay that out later. It's just god awful. I'm just looking at space right now. Who? Me feeling the pressure? Yeah, maybe a little. Maybe a little. God, I can't do that. It's doing my head in. It's really doing my head in. Once it feels rotated. I don't think I can fit them in rotated. What's the component on the PAM between the DAC in and the ground? The DAC in. The component between the DAC in. One of these is a decoupling cap. Or one's decoupling, a 10 nanofarad decoupling, and one is an inline cap. High filter capacitors will be far more effective for the Class D oscillating. There is, so here, there's a 0.1, but I have a 10 nanofarad decoupling on here because you might not remember forever ago there was that buzzing. Do you remember we had buzzing? I'm sure there's a configuration of the horizontal. Yeah, I could move the amp up a bit. And if I get them in horizontal, then the problem is I need to. Also, this is a vertical switch, not a side switch. Yeah, without that 10 microfarad cap, there's a bit of a problem. How to get that one around? Catch you later, Dave. Have a good sleep. Well, a low pass filter without the resistor. I can't squeeze this 3.3 volts over and around. That's annoying. I can do an 0402 10 microfarad. I've got 0402 10 microfarads, but yeah. Just need more space. Rotate the deck. Rotating it's not going to help me. I'm not going to have space to put the and friends. Oh, come on, Eagle. This is quite ugly. No, there's no 3D view in Eagle, unless you take it into Fusion 360. I mean, we won't talk about how ugly that looks. Rotate the two right capacitors anti-clockwise to left cap clockwise. Rotate the two right capacitors. Really pisses me off how Eagle just makes a mess of all the traces when you do that. See, look at all the... Oh, boy. Actually, how about... Oh, see, look, it just keeps adding more and more and more. What about... Oh, my... That might do it. Does the 4 SD passives through need to be connected to the what? This one here. Yeah, I need to get... But that's easy to get. Yeah. This is like a flux capacitor. I mean that, yeah. I don't really have enough room to get them, like, unless I start eating the pins into the silk screen. I don't have enough room to get them all onto the left. Oh, all of the 3.3 volt. Right, okay, I see what you mean. So I've probably got some room now that I can close this up a bit. Oh, really? That's not what I clicked on. I can move this back up. Probably center it a bit. Catch you later, James. Have a good sleep. This could be an esport, extreme sport on live stream. 4 contenders given a board route. Be funny. No, but Eagle does a really good job of adding 20 more traces that weren't there before, which is kind of frustrating. Fix all these wires. They all seem to be the wrong. Oh, that's right. Looks wrong. Maybe these are wrong. No, they're the same. Oh, it's interesting. That wire looks different shape to this one. Okay, so we've got decoupling in the middle. That looks good. Big wire in there. Okay, I've got audio. See how it goes to the Olympics. Yeah, I don't think so. I can do the commentary for it though. I think that's everything I need. So is that going to be... I have to obviously stick some stitching wires, maybe. Do a DRC check. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need some stitching wires, as I just said. Okay. And a few things I didn't move out of the way. Oops. Yes, Rhoda, they're the two ones, the two amps I'm using. Okay, so wire there and one. Okay, well the air wires are gone. Clearance. Oh, that's the jumper at the back. That is okay. Approve that. Keep outs. Yeah, they're fine. I don't know. Okay. Approve those. Overlaps. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. That's a jumper again. Jumper. Jumper, jumper. They're all good. And some wire stubs. One and two. Okay, 0 errors. EDA Sports, it's in the name. So that is in and routed. And hey Yumbo Prime, how you doing? And I guess it doesn't look terrible. Guess we need to define what terrible means, right? Probably want to stick small wires. So he's getting the output of the max to the input of the PAM. The PAM then has a speaker connected. Yep, that's what I'm doing. If a 62-year-old can win a medal for what is actually a physically demanding sport, you might be in with a chance. Who won what? What? Sorry, I didn't even really watch the Olympics. I watched very little of the Olympics, I have to say. Can you nudge the gain trace so I don't have the floating stub? Which floating stub? This one here? Floating stub. Stephen Hoy won a 3-day eventing medal. Oh, okay. I don't even know what that event was. The 10 nanofarad cap's always been on the input of the PAM. Yes, one thing I don't have on here though, because I took the little pot, the trim pot out, is I don't have an inline resistor on here to, and I'm gonna need one. Oh, do you mean? I just realized I'm gonna need an inline resistor. And again, another stupid thing Eagle does is sticks the values inside. I'm gonna want to have to change this to in. Something like that. Y inline resistor. So this needs or to be able to adjust the gain coming in. Otherwise, it's just going to clip. So that's when I was adjusting the trim pot before. That trim pot is a 10K to 100K. The recommendation is to stick 100K in line, but 100K makes it quite soft. So I'm thinking somewhere around maybe 22K ish would be the like a value. So it won't be user adjustable. Wow, this is getting a bit squishy. Hot air adjustable. I mean, I can stick a digital pot on here. I'm sure I've got room for a digital pot somewhere. Okay, no errors, and I need to get rid of all of the values. Look at them all from the silk screen. Okay, good. Now that is going to be actually be a, I don't know, something like that. Okay, so this could be the solution. Looks very cramped. Very, very cramped. That's annoying. See this? Eagle, come on! Oh, that was frustrating. Can you move the switch closer to the terminal block? No. Not really. Not without making the silk smaller, which I don't really want to do. Single wire on the 0 volt side of the 10 cap might be problematic. So which one are we talking about? This one here? You mean we need another one close to there? Is that what you mean? Yep. That's a little bit far for return path. I agree. Oh. Okay. That's not going to fit now, is it? No. Ah. Okay. The 0603 in the middle. This one here. Why is this one going to be a problem? Looks like you get there under the switch. I'm sure I'm trying to, like, what's the problem with... I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's... Oops. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I mean, if it's there, or if it's there, or... Well, we can't get around there. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, I would generally go through and block some of the island out. Sometimes, if I ever get around to it. Like, I hate having like all this ground island here everywhere, especially if you're going to connect a tiny Pico to it. They're just creating antennas everywhere. You know, like normally I'd go and do something like this. And I'd cut it out just to get rid of all those islands. But needs more substantial ground. Well, what do you mean it needs more substantial ground? I mean, these are, you got to remember, these are really low powered amplifiers. Even for the external speaker, they're designed to run like 4 ohm, maybe 8 ohm speaker. Route the ground without the via. What do you mean route the ground to where? Hey, yes here. Where am I going to route the ground to? To, like, the ground pins all the way over here or here. Like, I'm not going to be able to route ground through. Hey, Teletronics. I can't get ground out through here anyway. But what's the problem with the wire? I mean, it's going to a fairly substantial copper plane that's got, you know, been on a social media break. What have you set the gain pin on the max chip? What do you mean by what have I set it to? Oh, it's set to 3.3 volts. Sorry, it's set to the actual gain pin itself is going to IO14. You mean what did I have the audio, like the volume set to? Was at maximum 21 on the max chip. Decoupling caps want the least inductance possible to the supply pins on the ICs. The decoupling, otherwise they can't do their job. Right, but I've got no way of routing them out to ground anywhere. I mean, I'm going to have to rely on the copper planes, on the copper fill to get them out. Yeah, it's pretty tight. And then these holes on the switches don't help. I wonder if I can... No. Okay. I was hoping I could get them in. Get the wire inside. Interesting. They're both next to each other, but it's got a wonky connection. Anyway, you can connect the ground of to the ground of its decoupling IC on the right if you want the gain trace just a little. Okay, but you got to remember how small this board is, folks. Like, okay, so let's say I put this. So you're saying to me that with a board this size, which is as big as my finger, yeah, that the path between here and here, so along here to there, right, is going and changing that to, for argument's sake, whatever the thickness is, to this is going to make that much of a difference? Is this honestly going to make that much of a difference? At this size? I mean, how much inductance we're possibly talking about? Like, right, okay. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I have no idea, but it can't be worse. That's true. It can't be. It won't be worse. What happened? Did I undo that by accident? I don't know. I mean, you get to the point of having diminishing returns. I'm happy to stick more wires in, but I don't like having building little antennas everywhere. Like stuff like this really frustrates me. This corner here. But I can't stick a wire there because then the silk screen won't come through. I can get rid of some of it though by doing this. It's a bit better. Route it on the other side of M2. The gain. Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, that's not really going to help much. And I'm trying to get rid of this. All I'm going to do by doing that is increase the island. Like increase all the stray bits of ground. Like this bit here. We're going to do this. Oops, too much. Okay. This is a bit ugly here, I have to admit. Like I'm not sure how much just adding general decoupling, like stitching everywhere else. I don't really know if we need stitching everywhere. Remind me. No, it's okay. It's totally okay. Like yeah. Like I never would have considered joining these together like this. I guess I get to a point where I look at the size of the board. Like it's really hard to look at it objectively when you're looking at a big image of the of everything, but the board's like really small. Let me just see if I can get rid of these little islands. Really? Okay, that is so annoying. Okay, getting rid of the little bits that were sticking out the corners around the sides. Again, they make little antennas. Yes. Hey, Photochromax. Yeah, like I'll sit there for ages. Whoops. Routing and routing and routing, like and changing and moving and changing and moving. At the end of the day, you start getting diminishing returns. Like this ground around here is just terrible. Like I don't even want it all the way around here. Just seeing what you could do with a mega pico in all the space in the world. I don't think I'd want to do that. I'm quite happy working with small boards. I don't know. The ventilator PCBs from last year still ended up to this level of nitpicking despite the time constraints. Sure, but a ventilator PCB is a lot more important than a little audio shield that's already going to give average sound. I mean, it's a really lo-fi all this through here. Like, there's not even any, where's there ground? There's ground there. Why has that even gone up? God, look at all this. Oh, these, I must have shifted all these at some point. I'll never see the old motherboard with a tube audio stage. Someone was talking about tube audio on motherboards. When was that? I can't remember. Recently. Why are all these bent? What is going on? Must have moved it vertically by accident at some point. Definitely want to get rid of that island. Okay, good. Total editing time on PCBs is scary. 75% just tweaking layouts, and just because... Yeah, no, you get into... I do that as well. It's hard not to. Yeah, I can't remember who it was, Rhoda. I remember it was recent. Like a couple of weeks ago, I think. Did you ever put a test audio sine wave max volume on the board and looked at the output waveforms of the scope? No, I haven't. I don't even have a signal generator. I know I could just make something on an MCU and try that out. Still trying to block off this bit here if I can. Ah, so close. Just do it like this. Oh. Come on. I open had a motherboard with the tube amp. Yeah, I'm not saying it was a current board. I just thought, yeah, there was... I remember hearing, like, there was something happened about that recently. There were people talking about it. I just can't remember where it was. Okay, I mean, anywhere else I'm sticking decoupling, stitching at the moment is just pointless. Like, I just don't know why there's even any ground around here. It's just not going to help. Like, I feel like just doing this. Well, it will be an issue because I'm going to be connecting a tiny Pico or a tiny S2 to it, which has Wi-Fi on it, which then becomes a problem, or it's got radio on it. So that's why I try to get rid of all the dangly bits, and I spend way too long trying to do that. Way too long trying to do that. But it's important. It's important to get rid of as much of it as I can. You get no is to remove them though. Yeah, I try to get rid of as many as I can. Or if I can't get rid of them, stick a wire. But again, this is all diminishing returns now for like stitching all these, I think. Like, I don't know how I would ever measure the results from this. Maybe it's the wrong frequency. What? Oh. Alright, that's actually funny. Yeah, I think this is on I think we're getting close to this being it, I think. On the speaker outputs, you can eliminate a lot of the D-class high frequency RF noise with a ferrite and 22 cap on each of the output line. Yeah, Eagle makes manipulation of shapes and stuff easier, and it's got some tools to make it even better, but I tend to not use them as much as I should. Like this, there's a this split tool here. So like, for instance, to get rid of that bit there, I can click there. Oh, actually did it from the wrong side. I can click there and go like this. So you can change the shapes of things quite nicely. But I tend to get lazy and don't go and grab the tool when I should. Yeah, Folknology, I don't think that any of that stuff's really needed. Like, like for the board, for what it is, like I don't think anyone would be buying one of these boards and expecting it to be a high fidelity, really awesome, fantastic audio board. Right? Like, it's a... Yeah. Well, I would hope not anyway. Okay, I think we're good. Overlap. Yep, you're good. Definitely not testing for compliance. Definitely not. Okay, so that's the final layout. Still packed in there. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Here we go. Now we talk about anal. Anal retentiveness. Bet you all these are not lined up. No, they're not. Look at that. They will be in a second. 13.46. There we go. Do you see the difference? Gotta be straight. Gotta be straight. And that edge there is going to be lined up. And this needs to go up. Now the anal side of me is coming. Hey, Andy Mouse, what is the frequency response? I have no idea. The frequency response is... What don't you get, Folknology? Now we need to check the back of the board. The passives between the amp stages I'm using. Which part we're talking about? That's the middle section here is all decoupling, like power decoupling. And then you're talking about these ones here. So there's a 0.1 cap in series. There's a resistor, and I've got an external a 10 nanofarad decoupling cap on the line in, because I was getting noise and clipping sounds without it on all of my previous shields, my audio shield, my play shield, and other things I was using. Clean up my PCB service. Yes, that would be awesome. Hey, Colin. And look, and when I build it, I'll build this live on the stream. When I build it, I can take off the 10 nanofarad cap and we can try it and see, have a listen with and without it, no problem. And we can play around with the inline resistor, and if it ends up being, like, I can put a 0 ohm there, and if it not needed, if it's not clipping, then, you know, again, I can not populate, or I can leave it out. I can remove it on the production boards. Oh, the little magnetic buzzer is yeah, nowhere near that range. Sorry, we're looking at the back of the board. Speaker plus minus. SD card detect. Could probably move that over now. I was going to make another coffee and I forgot. That's annoying. Probably fix these funky things now. Yeah, what is going on there? Glad I checked that. That would have been bad. Okay. None of this layout stuff is critical. It's just cosmetic. You need a series or greater on the input to the amp. This forms a high pass and acts to determine bass cutoff. Right, so I have a 0.1 microfarad in line. Yeah, this is a 2 kilohertz-ish magnetic buzzer. Yeah, expecting bass out of this speaker. We keep calling it a speaker. It's not a speaker. It's a magnetic buzzer. Calling it a speaker is way too generous. Trying to get the text, if I can, away from as many vires as possible. Because JLC have that issue where they can't do the silkscreen on a vire. Like that there, the T won't be readable. Might also need a low pass to get rid of the D-class output from the I2S amp. Now there's no real filters on here, Andy Mouse. The Lo-Fi Audio Shield. I could. Well, the user can adjust the chip gain. They can do that programmatically. So that'll be up to them to do that. But I can adjust some of the clipping with that resistor. That's what that resistor's there for. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. I think I've played around a little bit too much now. Except, is that button, is the switch not in the center now? No, this, oh no, this, I moved the switch vertically. That is annoying. You know I'm going to have to move the switch now. No. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Catch you later, Annie Mouse. Yes, yes, overlap, overlap, because I moved the solder jumper. Approve. Okay. We're back in the center. Yay! The inline resistor in the turnover already classed as a low pass filter. It does. Yes. Very low pass. Okay, I think we're good. I think this is what is going to go. By the way, these two fiducials are just for my PCB assembly. Be nice if I could get this somewhere else, but I want them hidden. I mean, that one's not hidden, unfortunately. Well, it's hidden if you put the most of it's hidden if you put the screw terminal on. But the other one is under the SD card on purpose. I'm going to make a prototype of this. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, at the end of the day, I was already resigned to the fact that I wasn't going to get this board released. So, you know, this might be an opportunity where I can. So I'll try it and see what happens. It's either going to sound okay or it's not. No, these are for me. That and that are for the pick and place machine. So I try not to use edge rail fiducials anymore for my board placement, and I try to do it all per board because you get much more accuracy for part placement. Yes, they're for me. Okay, wow, it's freezing in here. I would have thought I would have had 3 coffees by now. I'm just going to drop it in a box and forget about it anyway. Well, not if it works. You got to remember, I'm just going to save this. Okay. You got to remember this is, I'm not expecting good sound out of the onboard buzzer. I just want it to be audible, or yeah, however you say it. Like right now, it's not loud enough to be useful. I just want it loud enough that it's useful. You know, if anyone is disappointed by the sound quality of an onboard magnetic buzzer, a 7mm magnetic buzzer on a little shield, then they've got their expectations wrong. But that's why there's the external speaker connectors, so you can get better sound out of it if you want for your project. In-home fab house, I definitely do not ever want to make my own PCBs. Not until they have a machine where you push, where I go Eagle and I click a button in Eagle or KiCad, and my PCB comes out the other end. I'm not talking about milling, I'm talking about proper, I want a PCB that comes out the other end that looks like these things, right? And until you can buy one of those, I will not be fabbing my own. Oh, sorry, I'm cold. Okay, thank you all for joining. It was, you know what? It was low viewing numbers today, but it was really nice, manageable chat. So that was really good. There are some PCB printers, some amazing one. There's an Israeli company that have a 3D printer that prints PCBs, which I saw. Right, it could have actually been Dave Jones, one of Dave Jones' videos where he interviewed them. Right, yeah, it was. Okay, thank you, Colin, for reminding me. Yeah, I mean, that technology, who knows what's happened with it. I've not heard anything about it since then. But, I mean, that would be really cool if they could actually 3D print PCBs. But that'd only be for prototyping. Like, you wouldn't do production with them. And that's the problem. Ooh, my 3D printer arrived yesterday. What did you get, Mike? Which one? Yeah, 300k, that's a lot of PCBs. I'd rather let someone else make them, I think. Glad you got some stuff done, Bruce. Probably got more done than me. Hello, PTI Fisher EU. Great fun and messy as hell. That wasn't so messy, was it? I don't know. That wasn't my worst stream, was it? I hope not. Ooh, CR6 SE. Same as cable tie. Cool. So you can go pilfer parts off his when yours dies. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to go back to production now. I've got to work out where I'm going to put that light. I have a whole bunch of PCBs on the way, so I will be building stuff next stream. I've got all sorts of things to build, including my new updated audio on my test jig board. I've got my I2C production boards coming and a whole bunch of other things. So hopefully lots of soldering and building and assembly next week. Otherwise, not the cast, see on etching PCB. No, I'm not etching PCBs. Never happening. No, I've had much worse streams than this. Thanks, Graham. I know I have. Much worse. Much worse. Okay, coffee time and then production. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Hope you all have a great rest of the week. And I'll see you all next week. Bye. Where's the end button? Always lose the end button. There it is. Bye.